Hey guys, it's me, Ro. I'm starting a new series, album reviews. This is episode 1. The first album we'll be reviewing today, and our first episode is A Fever You Can't Sweat Up, the 2005 album by Panic at the Disco. Here's my track listings for it. Introduction, I give it a 2 out of 10. It's not really a real track, it's more of a skit also. Track 2, The Only Difference Between Martyrdom and Suicide is Press Coverage, 9 out of 10. Great track, one of my favorite Panic at the Disco tracks. London Beckham song, this is also pretty good. Nails for Breakfast, Tech for Stacks. It's really overhated as a track. It's a really good track, and it deserves more love and appreciation. Kamasato is my favorite Panic at the Disco song and my favorite track on the album, so it's definitely a 10 out of 10. Time to Dance and Lying's the Most Fun a Girl Can Have are also pretty great tracks, and I do like them a lot. That's the first half of the album. Let's go to the second half. So for the second half, Intermission, I mean, it's okay, I guess. I personally wouldn't listen to it, but it's not bad. But it's better if you do, and I Read Sins Not Tragedies. Even though I Read Sins Not Tragedies is super overrated and super overplayed, it's still one of the best tracks on the album, and it's still an amazing track, even to this day, even 19 years later. Now, I constantly think Guide for Eastband, it's okay. It's not a bad track. It's a good track. It's just really forgettable because it's in between some of the greatest tracks on the album. So it's just relatively a forgotten track and a track that not many people care about, but it's still pretty good. There's a good reason these tables are numbered, honey. You just haven't thought of it yet. Great track. Really long though, but great track. I kind of wish it was the last track on here, to be honest. It feels more like a last track. But then again, I'm also happy Build God Then We'll Talk is here. One of the best Panic at the Disco songs. And it's just a great song in general. I do really like the song a lot. And overall, it's a good album. So here's my album scores. If we're counting skits, then the album gets an 8.23 out of 10. But if we're not counting skits, it gets an 8.75 out of 10. So overall, I really like this album. It's one of my favorite albums ever. It's actually the first album I also listened to in full. And for an album that's 19 years old, it holds up amazingly well, and it's just generally a great album. There's no real bad tracks in here, but yeah, there's just no real bad tracks. The worst track I consider probably Intermission, and even then, it's only like 2 minutes long. Introduction, but Introduction's only 30 seconds. But yeah, overall, I really like this album. It's one of my favorite albums ever, and it's just generally a good listen. It's also only 39 minutes and 42 seconds for 13 songs, 11 real songs, because, let's be honest, Introduction and Intermission don't really count as real songs, but yeah. I also really like the stories in the album as well. For Kamisato and Build God Then We'll Talk. Build God Then We'll Talk. Well, if you look into the lyrics, the songs are very dark, as well as the Nails for Breakfast and Tax for Snacks. Good track as well. Really overhated, honestly, because of the autotune. I get it doesn't sound that good, but I feel like it's more just a stylistic choice rather than, just it being bad. But yeah. Well, this album's also very impressive for the fact that Brendan Urie, Ryan Ross, and were only 18 when they made this album. They were just out of I think they were still in high school when making this album. But yeah, it's just generally a good album. I love it. It's great. One of my favorite albums ever, and that's episode 1 of album reviews. Make sure to like and subscribe for more reviews. Good day.